So it would appear that Marvel has decided that they're tired of living in 2024 and have decided to go back to 2014. Back to a much simpler time when they had the all new, all-inclusive Marvel, when they were race swapping, gender swapping, idiot swapping, any and everything they could find. So, I mean, when the Avengers and the MCU was hot, when it was the hottest property in cinema and TV everywhere, and people ran to comic book shops saying, hey, let me check out these Avengers, let me see what's going on. Not one of them you could find in there, because Marvel had pretty much taken all of them and thrown them by the wayside. So we got some news to show what Marvel is up to, as disturbing as it is. And one of them I have to take some account and say that I am sorry for, because I should have gone with my initial thoughts on it. But I was talking to somebody at the time and I said to them, no, this isn't going to last. It's going to be something like that. And I should have known better. It's Marvel, but like I said, I take full responsibility for that. But let's start off this list of, oh my God, I can't believe they're doing that again, with Sam Wilson, Captain America. It didn't work once, it didn't work twice, it didn't work 3 times. Sure as hell ain't gonna work in the movie, but no, let's do this as well. Sam Wilson, Captain America, soars once more in a brand new comic book series. From writer Greg Pak and Evan Narcisse will team up artists and all of this, right? This January, Sam Wilson takes to the skies once again in a brand new limited series. Of course, it's a limited series, because why take the time to do anything right at all? The new series sets Captain America on a collision course with the Red Hulk after the winged Avenger uncovers a nefarious plot parading itself as a new tech venture. As both a social worker and a superhero, Sam will reckon with his legacy as Captain America in this super spy thriller series written by Greg Pak and all of that. Now, here's the thing about, actually, let me never give the a synopsis of what it actually is, what's actually happening with the book itself. When Captain America attends a birthday party for Isaiah Bradley, he catches wind of a new tech venture that sounds too good to be true. Magnificent floating platforms in the sky where the disenfranchised can apply for land grants and establish their own farms. But after Sam discovers the organization's dark underbelly, he'll have to tangle with its head of security, Red Hulk. Now, it's clear they're doing this because of the upcoming Captain America movie, where they're going to have Captain America and, I should say Captain America, Falcon Cap, and Red Hulk face off. The thing about it is that this never works, no matter how they try to play it, and every time they have to put the person's name before a title, you know it's ridiculous. Sam Wilson, Captain America, Miles Morales, Spider-Man, Laura Kinney, Wolverine. They are not these characters, but you keep trying to say, if you keep mentioning it over and over and over again, people are going to go into it. They pretty much keep ruining this. I mean, they had this whole thing with Captain America. They had a whole bunch of different Captain Americas. They had Captain America on the railroads, Captain America, the skies, who's Sam Wilson, and this other Captain America, and that other Captain America, all over the place. There's only one Captain America, Steve Rogers. And every time you have put Sam Wilson as Captain America, it's never worked. The first time he took up the mantle was when Steve Rogers was dead, and then he came in there. At first people were interested in what was going on, but then they just like, this isn't Sam at all, and it didn't work out. They ended up having to cancel it and bring back Steve Rogers. Then you waited a little while, you brought back Falcon Cap again. That didn't work. You cancel it. Then just recently you had him and Steve Rogers as both of them as Captain America, the sales on that were literally atrocious. Nobody was buying it. But no, like I say, Marvel wants to go back to 2014. Nobody is interested in Sam Wilson as Captain America. People like Sam Wilson as Falcon. Had you done this book as Sam Wilson as Falcon and he was investigating something, no one would have a problem. But you don't want to do that. You insist that he has to be Captain America in order for you to push some kind of agenda. And it just isn't working. It didn't work before. It didn't work the second time you did it. It didn't work. It didn't sure as hell did not work the third time you did it. What makes you think this is going to be any different other than you just doing this to literally tie in to the upcoming movie that pretty much already looking to bomb one day? Come on now, man. It's not gonna work. But they don't stop there. Like I said, I have to take some clout for this because I should have known better. I should have gone with my instincts because I know what Marvel does. But no, I still said to myself, you know what? Maybe it's possible they're not going to really do this. Maybe they're going to kind of get it done. Well, I was completely wrong and I admit that. We have Daredevil Unleash Hell Red Band trailer. Because then we have Daredevil, the Woman Without Fear. Yes, Daredevil, Woman Without Fear. When Elektra Natchios took over as Daredevil because Matt Murdock was in jail, basically, he had been incarcerated for a while, and Elektra took over as Daredevil to prove to him that she could handle protecting Hell's Kitchen and step into his place for a short time until he returned. I was skeptical, but I said, you know, the way that they laid it out, okay, it's possible that once Matt Murdock comes back as Daredevil, she will leave. Boy, was I ever freaking wrong. Because not only did she not leave, it doesn't seem like she ever wants to stop being Daredevil, or they don't ever want her to stop being Daredevil. She's Elektra, she's an assassin, she has skills, she has her own everything about her, but they won't stop. They will not stop at all with this thing. Yeah, let me dive into this one. This January, Marvel's Greatest Assassin gets the Red Band treatment, and who they are writing it? Erica Schultz, because that makes sense. Elektra is the deadliest assassin in the Marvel Universe, and this January, her vicious talents will be on full display in Daredevil Unleash Hell Red Band. The 5-issue limited series will be written by Erica Schultz, continuing her work on the character after hit titles like Daredevil Gang War, that wasn't a hit, and Daredevil Woman Without Fear, that was less than a hit. Joining her on this blood-soaked saga will be artist Valentina Pinti. Boy. The violence and the occult swirling across the Marvel Universe find their way to Hell's Kitchen as grisly crime scenes start manifesting across the city. All signs point to an impossible perpetrator. Estranged from Matt Murdock, it's up to Elektra to get to the grisly truth if she can stomach it. I don't know. Elektra is Elektra, but no, they come back with this thing again. Like I say, Marvel is going back to 2014 where they just gender swapping characters again. Elektra is Elektra, you could just have Elektra do whatever she has to do. No, somehow she is still freaking Daredevil for some reason, still the whole Woman Without Fear. You did this thing, and again, I take responsibility for what I said. You did this thing, you told everybody that's going to be for a limited time. So I was like, okay, not a problem, limited time run. She's just going to be holding the post of Daredevil for a while until Matt Murdock comes back. That was like how many years ago now, and she still is Daredevil. Why do you think people want to read this? I really want to know why do you think people would actually want to read this? Nobody's diving into this. Nobody's enjoying it. Nobody's sitting there and saying, well, yeah, I can't wait to see this. It didn't go over well. You did it once. People were kind of interested, and then you just don't want to stop now. That's exactly what they did in 2014. They just won't stop. When it's not race swapping, it's gender swapping. Elektra is her own person. She has her own history and everything. Stop trying to turn her into female Daredevil. It does not work. There is only one Daredevil that people like the character because he's Daredevil. Just basically saying, all she has to do is just slip on a costume, have breasts, and that's going to be enough to make her the new baddest Daredevil. It's an absolute waste of freaking time. Stop embarrassing yourselves like this. But this is what they do. So yeah, get ready once again for the Woman Without Fear, because here comes the new Daredevil, Elektra Natchius. Great. And just when you thought, they were only going to be doing the race swapping, the gender swapping, no, let's bring in a new team of superheroes in the new champions, because champions failed miserably. Let's bring in the new champions and make it just as lame as possible, if not even worse. Yeah, even this one, the next great Marvel superhero team assembles in new champions. I love how they always say these things to make it sound like it's something fantastic, and then when you actually get into it, you're like, oh my god, really? This January, a team of young heroes set out to change the world in Steve Fox. Well, that's already telling you it failed, right? That to tell you. And Ivan Fiorelli's new champions. Last year, fans were introduced to an all-new heroes inspired by Marvel icons in the hit New Champions variant cover series. Yeah, because they just put out variant covers of these heroes and then they're trying to play them like it's something big. Since then, readers have been eager for them to make their in-universe debut, and after a few popped up in various titles over the last few months, they'll explode onto the page in their very own ongoing series. I don't know who they think excited for this, but alright. The group begins with Liberty, Hellrune, Moon Squire, and Cadet Marvel. They're not even going out to really even come up with cool names for these heroes anymore. I mean, Moon Squire. So basically, this person is just like a younger version of Moon Knight, and because knights have squires, it's just called this person Moon Squire. You couldn't come up with any other name at all? Like, I don't know, what else it possibly have other than knights, Moon Avenger. That sounds stupid, but something Moon, no, Moon Mercenary sounds even worse, but I mean something. And then you have Cadet Marvel. Come on, just Cadet Marvel. You couldn't think of another cosmic name for somebody like Cosmic? That one works right there. Cosmic could work. Dwarf Star or something. White Nova. Something like these kind of things now. I mean, yeah, most of the really cool space names for heroes. I mean, what you could give it a little thought or come up with something, but they're not even trying anymore. That's it, just Moon Squire and Cadet Marvel. Jesus Christ, boy. But will expand quickly over the first arc of the series as more new champions answer the call. But not all are destined to be heroes, and some have dark connections to established Marvel lore that could spell disaster for the fledgling team before they can get off the ground. Each new champion has a story to tell, and together they have a world to change. Mystery, action, and drama awaits as Marvel Comics' next beloved teen superhero team assembles. And it'll be written by Steve Fox. So yeah, that ain't gonna work out well no matter how they try to spin it. It's not. It ain't gonna work out well at all. Especially when you have people like Moon Squire and Cadet Marvel. bloody hell, but just because you have Captain Marvel, the best you can come up with is Cadet Marvel. I want to put a different name, give the character some kind of different abilities or something. Then why were you lazy so? Why? Why were you lazy so? Oh God, boy. Hey, this is just another terrible, terrible mess. And finally, just to wrap things up, we have Avengers number 21. And why is that important? Because apparently we're going to be doing Avengers versus X-Men again. They set it up like twice before. There was never any big payoff for it. I believe the first person who did it was Brian Michael Bendis. Only the first person, I think it wasn't the first person, but the last big major event was Brian Michael Bendis, and I think that was when people started to realize, I think it's time for him to go. I really think so, but, they've done Avengers versus X-Men before. They keep coming back to it like it's something people are supposed to be celebrating or jumping up for. Nobody seems to have any interest in, but they won't just let it go at all. Avengers versus X-Men. Jed McKay pits his Avengers against his X-Men in a story that sows the seeds for some major future developments. Captain Marvel and Cyclops square off. Scarlet Witch and Magneto finally confront their history, and Storm's loyalties are put to the test. Now, here's the thing I need to break down in regards to this so you get the tip. Jed McKay is writing both the Avengers and the X-Men book. And apparently, he just does not like to do too much work. So anytime he's writing these two titles or any two titles, he always finds a way to blend them together into one. So he only has to write one story and not two. So he finds a way to blend them together because he apparently can't handle writing more than one series at a time. They want to talk about how it's Captain Marvel and Cyclops. I, for one, pretty much hope Cyclops just pull his visor off and vaporize the bitch. That's the only thing about it. Because at this point, Captain Marvel is a bigger criminal than anybody else you could think of. She has done some really questionable things. And last time around, she was blatantly talking about murdering Hyperion like it was nothing. That was it. But this is what they talk about with the whole Avengers versus X-Men thing. And then they have, Scarlet Witch and Magneto finally confront their history. Well, Magneto can't do anything because now he's lost his powers and he's in a chair. He's basically a cripple. They've turned him in to Professor Xavier. That's what they've done. And of course, Storm's loyalties are put to the test because Storm became an Avenger when Thor decided, here, you take my mantle, you're now a god, you can do this better than me. But she has always been an X-Men, so she's kind of caught in the middle of this whole thing. One way or another, this is what's going on in regards to it. So yeah, we've got this going on here. Captain Marvel battling Cyclops, basically the Avengers versus the X-Men again, because we haven't gotten enough of this by now. They've tried doing it multiple times, doesn't pay off, never any kind of anything to talk about, but they always keep throwing this in there and expecting everybody to jump up and celebrate. So yeah, that's what we're getting. We're getting female Daredevil, the champions for some unknown, ungodly reason, Falcon, Cap again, and once more to wrap things up, Avengers versus X-Men, because nobody's sick and tired of that by now. Let me know your thoughts on this in the comments. If you have a different opinion, I'd love to hear it. If you like the video, hit that thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, ring the notification bell to be notified every time I put out a new video, and I shall see you all next time. Take care.